Hi guys, this is Angie with Beauties and the Bigfoot, and tonight's topic of discussion, which is going to be good Bigfoot versus bad Bigfoot. And this is really a hot topic because there are way more bad Bigfoot stories than there are good Bigfoot stories. And I think some of the reasons why you have the bad Bigfoot stories are very varied for many different reasons. It can be because maybe the Bigfoot is injured and he stepped on something and he has something in his foot. Maybe he cut his hand, he's in pain, he's not happy and in a good mood. Maybe he was forced from his territory and he's trying to find a new territory to live in, which I don't think is very easy to do. With all the building going on, I think they're being forced out and having to find different territories to live in. And that alone would make you cranky, especially if you've had a territory for a while and you have to go uproot your whole life and find something else. And that may be hard to do because there may be other Bigfoot that have had their territories already and they don't want you in their territories. Some may be startled. They may not expect to see you when you guys interact, whether that be accidentally or on purpose. They maybe have just lost their meal. They went to catch a deer, a rabbit, or whatever, and for whatever reason, it got away. So they're pissed off and they're hungry. And then here you come, and they're not in the mood to deal with the humans. And some just don't like humans, don't want anything to do with them. They just want left alone to live their Bigfoot lives. So they're off in their homes, in the woods, in the forests, and here you come, traipsing through the woods, and they're not real fond of people to begin with, so they want you gone. So they will do what they do. First off is intimidation. It's always intimidation. They will always try to intimidate you out of the area first before they do anything else, before they throw rocks, before they push trees, which those can also be part of the intimidation process. And if, from what I've heard, if they want to hit you with something, they will. They are not they're good with their aim when they throw things. From what I've seen myself and from what I've heard, I have had two things thrown at me, and they were done playfully to get my attention. One was a small rock, and it was thrown way up over my head and then hit, and it made me look up, which there was something going up in the trees way high up, which I found, which was amazing. It was a huge tree branch was stuck up there in between two eyes. So that was pretty cool. And the other time I had an apple, a small apple, chucked up over my head, just real gently, just like boom, like just letting me know they were here. So that was not intimidating to me, but I have been growled at in the beginning, and I have been out in my yard and across the street had a tree pushed over, And again, I think they do that to show, number one, for intimidation, and number two, to show you that they are strong and it's their strength. Because this was a very large tree and it made a huge noise from across the street from my yard. So I was like, okay, I hear you. And I don't remember if I went back in the house or not, but, and the other thing is, there's just so many variables why people can have a bad experience with a Bigfoot. Some are just aggressive and they will just do whatever they have to do to get you out of there. Some just want an easy meal, and maybe that's what they think you are, an easy meal. So that is always something that you should keep in the back of your mind. That is a very small percentage though. I do not believe that a large percentage or majority of the Bigfoot eat people. I think that's done on rare occasions, some of them. Some of them do like to eat people, I think. But I think that's just a very, very small percentage. So there's so many variables why you can run into a Bigfoot and have a bad experience. There's just so many things that can lead to this bad experience. Do I think that Bigfoot can tell whether you're a good person or a bad person and you have a good heart or a bad heart? I'm not 100% on that. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence with that. They may be able to tell, they may not. I'm not sure, but I know that some people that have good hearts have had bad experiences. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they came across a cranky Bigfoot. And yes, that Bigfoot went over the top and was overly aggressive, and there was no real reason for it other than the fact that your paths intersected and they did not like it. So, and the good Bigfoot, why do I think the bad Bigfoot stories outweigh the good? Because the people that I found, oh, here's Peppers saying hi to everybody. Say hi, Peppers. The people that I found that have good encounters have been around the groups of Bigfoot for longer periods of time than just going in there one day or for a week and you're camping out and you're gonna go look for Bigfoot. Oh, I'm gonna go look for Bigfoot and I'm just gonna go for a day. Well, that's not gonna happen overnight like that. It just doesn't work like that. They have to build up trust. Just like any species on the earth, they have to build up trust before you can have any kind of relationship with them. So, I'm gonna put her to go. I think that is the majority of the reasons. Like I said, it's just so varied. And do bad people have good experiences with Bigfoot? Probably. There's probably some bad people that have a relatively peaceful experience with Bigfoot, I would think. It all depends on the Bigfoot that they come across and what their temperament is and what their disposition is. Like I said, I'm on the fence with that. You know, can Bigfoot tell good people from bad people? And my thoughts along this lines are dogs. Not that I'm comparing a Bigfoot to a dog, I'm not. But you hear of these burglars breaking into people's houses and taking the dogs, and the dogs are just like, do, 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 do. They go with the burglars. Well, the burglars are bad people, obviously. They're breaking into your house, but yet the dog is going with them. And people say that a dog can tell a good person from a bad person, but the dog just went with the bad person willingly. So again, it depends on the disposition of the dog. And some dogs are happy and they'll go with everybody. Some dogs are not happy and they're protective and they will not go with anybody. I think, and again, I am not comparing the Bigfoot to the dogs. Don't get that idea in what I'm saying. I'm just using that as an example because of animal instincts. Not that I'm saying the Bigfoot are an animal either. I am not saying that. I think the Bigfoot are a Homo sapiens, and I think they are a form of ancient people that chose to live in the wild, while the other part chose to build houses and go that way. So it's an interesting thing because at this point we're just conjecture because we just really don't know. The only thing that I know for sure is the people that I've come in contact with that have Bigfoot sharing their property with them have mostly good encounters, especially if the Bigfoot have been there for a while. Now, I do know of one story where a lady and her daughter were in a house and they had been in that house for like a year, and then all of a sudden they started having a problem. Well, the problem was a Bigfoot came into the territory, into where their house was, into that territory, and the Bigfoot wanted that territory. So it was trying to make them leave. And it did not succeed. The Bigfoot ended up vacating that territory and going somewhere else. And the lady kept saying, I don't know what we did. We didn't even do anything. We've been doing the same thing that we've been doing since we've been here for a year. And all of a sudden, all this activity just ramped up and it was hostile. Well, again, it was intimidation. The Bigfoot wanted the territory that the house was in for itself, so it was trying to get them to leave. Also, another thing, a Bigfoot will tend to get aggressive when their mates are getting ready to have their babies, I believe. I believe that is when the dogs disappear and anything that would be a threat would disappear. They're trying to keep their territory clean so that their mates can have their babies without worrying about the safety of those babies. So again, that's another factor that can cause. It's just so many different things. But I think the main thing that is the difference between the two is, number one, the people that share the properties with the Bigfoot have better experiences because they are on a day-to-day basis with the Bigfoot, watching their routines, learning what they do, learning who they are, getting used to them. Where if you just go into a territory and you're there for one day, or you're there for a weekend, or you're there for a week, and you're trying to connect with this Bigfoot, I don't think that's going to go over so well because they're not used to you. They don't trust you. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you're doing there. They just want you gone. So I think that is the main differences of why people have good encounters and why some people have bad encounters. The bad encounters way outweigh the good encounters, and I would like to see that flip. I would like to see more people come forward with their good encounters and share that this species is not all that scary. Do you have to be careful? Absolutely. Absolutely be careful. If you have an instinct when you're out in that woods that says, go, just go. God gave you your instincts for a reason. Use them. If you're not comfortable, don't go. And by all means, this is what I don't get. If you have a really bad experience that terrified you, don't go back there to have another terrifying experience. It doesn't matter how well armed you are. Don't go back there looking for another experience. Just go someplace else. There's all kinds of other places to go. Why would you want to go back and have another bad experience? That part just doesn't make sense to me. You know, if they don't want you in the area and they've had it to where you are so terrified you don't ever want to go back there, don't go back there. Armed or not armed, don't go back there. Go somewhere else. There's no, that's like walking into a lion's den. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. But anyway, I hope that helped you guys figure out the differences of why I think people have good encounters and why people have bad encounters. So if you guys have any other things you would like to discuss about the good Bigfoot, bad Bigfoot, leave a comment and let me know. Or if you have any stories, female-based, that you'd like to share, send them to beautiesandthebigfoot@outlook.com. Oh, and also while I'm on here, I made it up past 100 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. When we hit that 500, I will do a giveaway, because 500 makes you official with the YouTube, and I appreciate you guys watching so much and all your likes and comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day.